Hello, my name's Martin Small and welcome to the 6th episode of Kitchen on the Cut. We thought we'd bring you somewhere a little bit different today. We have actually come down to the Isle of Anglesey and we're just down at Rhosneigr beach. We thought we'd start off episode 6 with something a little bit different. We did want to try and find some food to forage, hopefully that we can take back to the boat. I have heard that there are a few sort of plants down here that we can look at foraging, so I'm going to take you down and we're going to have a look along the coastline. So here we are, guys, and we found our first bit of sea spinach. Don't know if you can see it just under the grass there. Some of the leaves are looking a little bit withered and a little bit worn, but we're going to look for the freshest leaves, the new leaves that have just come through, and we're going to pick ourselves a bag and we're going to take them back to where we're staying, freeze them down, and hopefully we're going to be using them on the boat later on in this episode. Hey up, guys, we're back on the boat. It's December the 12th and yeah, we're on the boat. We haven't been filming recently, obviously due to the coronavirus, which has been a bit tricky really, so we're out of lockdown now. We're in tier 3 still, but we are allowed on the boat. We're not allowed to stay over unless you do live on the boat, which obviously I don't. But yeah, we're gonna crack on in a minute. But first of all, I want to get the fire lit. So basically, I'm just gonna start off with a little bit of my kindling and a few fire lighters. Every time I come on the boat, I've got to light the fire because we don't have any central heating. So yeah, it's our only source of heat on the boat. So yeah, it's nice to get the fire lit. Get the fire lit, we can also get the kettle on and we can have ourselves a nice little coffee. So for now, guys, I'm going to get on with lighting this fire and I'll be back in a minute and we'll talk about what we're going to do in this episode. Yeah, so just last week went up to get myself some wood. I know a local farmer who supplies decent oak, basically. It's been cured for 4 years, he said, so that's fantastic. So yeah, I got myself a few bags of logs just to keep us going over Christmas. He's only charging £5 a bag, and you literally do get a full Hessian sack full of oak logs. And they are brilliant for burning. They do last a long time and they give off a really nice smell as well, if you do have the door open, as the sort of wood's burning out. So yeah, I love to burn oak. So yeah, we're going to basically just bang a couple of logs on. Always tend to look for the smaller logs if I'm just going to start in the fire like this, just so we can get the heat up there and we can start throwing some bigger logs on later. So yeah, I'm just going to leave that on. I'm just going to close the door now and I'm just going to leave it and come back to it in about 10 minutes. We can stick our kettle on. Hopefully the fan will be working by then. Hey up, guys, the kettle's whistling, so it means one thing. I'm going to take it off, make myself a coffee, and we're going to be getting into how we're going to make these festive vegetable Bhajis, kitchen on the cut style. The last episode of the year, episode number 6. I didn't think I was going to get it out, but yeah, we are. And off we go. That's better. The fire's on. I've got a cup of coffee. we can get going. Oh yeah. So welcome back. We're going to start these onion bhajis. First of all, I'm just going to take a pan. I'm just going to put my oil on, and we're just going to leave that while I'm making everything else, because it's going to take quite a while to come up to temperature, because we are cooking off an alcohol stove in the boat. So yeah, I'm going to fill my oil up, just basically using sunflower oil. I'm probably going to use a quarter of this bottle, I'd say, but we'll see. There's a quarter. I think it's going to look more like half of the bottle. Yeah, there we go. £1.10 that was, so it's not too bad. Obviously, I don't really like using that much oil normally, but when we're doing shallow frying, or when we're cooking these bhajis, we do need to have a bit of oil, because they are going to want to cook on all sides. So just get my methylated spirit, and I'm just going to top my stove up, get that lit, and we're going to be putting the oil on, which is just sunflower oil. I've just used half a bottle. So yeah, we'll be getting that on. That can be warming up, and we can be getting on with these festive onion bhajis. And then obviously once we finish them, the oil's going to be ready. So yeah, I'm just going to top the stove up with some of this methylated spirit. This is what we use while we're cooking on the boat, because it is one of the safer options. We don't have gas on the boat, we don't want gas. So yeah, for now, that's how we're cooking, and that's what we're going to be doing today. So as you can see now, the fire's on. I've got my coffee. We're just going to light the stove, and we can get on with heating our oil up for our festive onion bhajis. So yeah, all I do is literally light the methylated spirits. It takes a little while for the flame to start. And we're off. So that's it. The stove's lit now. So I'm just going to place my oil, my sunflower oil. So it's roughly 500ml in there, maybe just under. So I've got my stove on. I'm just going to turn it down to halfway. I don't want the oil to heat up too quickly, because I've got the onion bhajis to do. So yeah, I'm just going to wait for that to heat up. And welcome back, guys. I'm just going to put my oil on now. So the oil's on. Must bring the coffee over. I do need the coffee. So what we're going to do first is we're just going to grate our parsnip and our carrots. Now, I'm not bothering peeling them. I don't see a reason why we should. I've just washed them. I do like to keep it rustic. So first of all, I'm going to just start off by grating my parsnip. So yeah, I don't want fine grate. I want a bit of coarse grate, really. So yeah, that's just going to take me a minute or so. So join me back when I finish grating my parsnip, and I'll show you what we're going to do next. Right, so that's all the parsnip now grated. Into this now we're going to put our carrots. Again, we're just going to grate them. Again, I'm not peeling these, and I'm just looking for a rough grate on this. So we're just going to grate away, and if you join us back in a second, I'll show you how we're getting on with this festive bhaji. So that's it now. We've grated the carrot into the parsnip. So that's nearly all my grating done. I've got to do a little bit of the ginger and the turmeric as well, which I'm going to do next. So anyway, this time round we're just going to go onto the small grater, and I'm just going to start grating my turmeric into this. Like I say, it's a real beneficial sort of herb to have in your life. I've just bought this recently, this organic turmeric, and I'm using it in everything. I really do like it. So that's that done. That's pretty much all there. I'm not bothering to pull any of the leftovers out. That can go into the bhaji, who cares. So anyway, yeah, onto my ginger. That's now getting grated down fine again. Again, I'm not bothered really about any leftovers in there. because it is a rustic bhaji this, so it's just all going to go together. So I'm not, like I say, I'm not going to bother taking out the remainder. That can just go through. So that's it. We've got our fresh organic turmeric in there, and we've also got our ginger now grated. So yeah, that's perfect. On to the next step then. So what we're going to do is we're going to peel the onion, we're going to slice the onion, and we're going to add that into our bowl of parsnip, carrots and turmeric ginger. So yeah, if you give me a few seconds, I'll come back and I'll show you how we're going to do that. So we're just going to peel our onion. I'm just taking the root and the head off. So I'm just peeling this away. So that's that. So into our bhaji we're going to put our onion. I want to slice this quite thinly. So yeah, I'm just going to slice it along the grain like that. Slice it away. Again, I'm not looking for anything, you know, really sort of any finesse there. I just want it sliced. So we've sliced our onion. So into our bhaji mix now, we're just going to sprinkle our onion in. Now, normally you would use more onion in a bhaji. The reason I'm not is I don't want the onion to be the sort of leading flavour in there. I want the parsnip to come through and the carrots. So into that, we're just going to now mix it up. And this just helps the bhaji mix start to break down. The onion sort of acts as a bit of a curing agent. Obviously this is now going to, I'll let the turmeric just to come through, and you can already start to see that it's starting to change a little bit of a yellowy colour. So that's really nice. So yeah, we're just going to sit that now for a couple of minutes, just let the onion start to work its magic. And into that I'm going to be adding my mushroom, and I'm going to be adding my pepper and my leeks, and we're going to fold that through again, leave it for a couple more minutes, and then I'll show you the next stage of making my festive vegetable bhaji. So that's it now, I've got my bhaji mix there. So yeah, that's just got the parsnip, the carrots, turmeric, ginger, and a little bit of onion also. So yeah, that's great. So we've got that there. Next thing I want to do is I want to slice my pepper. So I'm just going to slice the 4 sides off. Dead simple. Keeping the seeds in, and then I just take the bottom off. So I've got my red pepper now, and I just want to thinly slice my red pepper. So I'm just putting those into thin slices, because I want this to kind of stay with the same sort of textures of the carrot and the parsnip. So into my bhaji mix goes my peppers. So I'm just going to carry on slicing these peppers, add the rest of the peppers, and I'll show you what we're going to do in the next step of this festive bhaji. So we've now sliced all our red peppers into our festive bhaji mix. So I'm just going to mix this in by hand. Keep washing my hands, obviously, very important. But yeah, I'm going to mix this in, and I'll show you in a little second. Once I've added my mushrooms and my leek and the rest of my ingredients, I'll show you how it's starting to come together. So yeah, we've got the leeks here now. I'm just cutting these quite fine. I do want everything in this sort of mix to be quite fine, really. So yeah, I'm just slicing these leeks. I'll be adding these leeks into the bhaji in a minute, and I'll show you how it's looking. So that's it now, all the leeks are now sliced. So I just want to start mixing the ingredients together. Again, just with the leeks now in there, it just starts to sort of break everything else down again, working very similar to sort of the onion. So yeah, we're just going to mix that together. As you can see, it's already taken on a really nice colour. The turmeric's really sort of working its magic in there as well, so that's great. So anyway, we're going to leave that for a couple of minutes once we're giving it a little bit more of a mix round, and I'll show you what we're going to do next. We're going to be peeling the mushrooms, slicing those, getting those in. We've got a little bit of garlic to go in there as well, and yeah, I'll go on to the next step of how we're going to bring these bhajis together and hopefully show you a few really nice sort of Bhajis. So our festive Bhaji mix is nearly ready. We've got all our vegetables in there, the garlic's in there, the ginger and the turmeric. So what we want to add in next is our eggs. We've got some sea spinach, which I showed you earlier on, which is looking really nice, so I just want to put that in at the end. I've got some coriander, and I've also got some peas. We have the buckwheat flour to go in yet as well, and so that's it. I'm just going to crack my 3 eggs in now. I know these eggs are fresh, so I don't need to crack them into another bowl. I'm saving and washing up. So 3 eggs go in. So into that now, we're going to add our sea spinach. So I don't want to do too much to this. I just want to give it a rough chop again through. And there's a little bit of water in there, I don't really mind, because obviously the buckwheat flour is going to take all that moisture up. So now I've added my sea spinach, my 3 eggs, I've got my Bhaji mix in there. So into that I'm now going to add my peas. I'm just going to add all those peas in there. I don't want too many peas in the mix, but I do like them in there. I do think it sort of makes a Bhaji really. So yeah, the peas have gone in. Into that now I'm going to chuck my coriander. Again, I'm just going to give that a rough chop. So just four slices through, and that's it. Coriander goes in. Get rid of my eggshells, we'll come back, we'll give it a bit of a mix, and we'll add a bit of our buckwheat flour, and hopefully we won't be far off showing you one of our festive onion Bhajis. So yeah, all I want to do is just give this Bhaji mix a nice sort of a fold through now really. I don't want to go mad with it, but it's coming together really nicely. I don't know if you can see that. So it's got the 3 eggs in there, it's got all the herbs in there, the vegetables, and we're just going to carry on mixing that through. We're just going to leave that for about another 5 minutes, just while all those flavours amalgamate with the vegetables. And yeah, we're going to add our buckwheat flour and we're going to start frying these off. So yeah, brilliant. We'll see you in a second. So this Bhaji mix is nearly ready. I'm just going to take a pinch of my Brazilian organic cracked black pepper. And I'm also going to take a pinch of my Cornish sea salt. This is coarse grain. That's enough. Now I'm just going to take a little bit of our buckwheat flour. It's a bit of guesswork this, but I'm just going to add a couple of tablespoons for now. And we're just going to mix that in. Again, it's not a really sort of wet mix this. It wants to be quite dry-ish. But yeah, you don't want a liquid, but at the same time you don't want too much of a dry consistency. So anyway, the eggs have just sort of come up from the bottom there, so I'm just going to add a little bit more of this buckwheat flour. I'm trying to keep one hand clean. Just mixing that in. It's coming together quite nicely that now. I mean, to give you an idea, I've started off with 125 grams of that buckwheat flour, and I probably used about half of it. So, it's looking like now, starting to come together now, starting to look like a Bhaji. Probably going to go a little bit more flour, just a touch. There you go. We're probably going to leave it at that because I can tell now when I start mixing this together, it's already starting to come together very similar to a Bhaji. So yeah, I'm going to carry on mixing this and we'll hopefully show you in a minute our first Bhajis. So I've got the oil on and yeah, we're just going to carry on mixing this. Join me in a few minutes where we're going to be showing you how to cook these Bhajis and hopefully sitting down with a cup of coffee and eating one. So I'm just going to put the oil back on. It was getting a little bit hot before. So yeah, just going to give that a couple of minutes and we're going to start making our bhajis and showing you what they're all about. So just while that waits to heat up, I'm just going to have myself another coffee. That's it, I can already hear the oil starting to come to temperature. Started making noises. So yeah, I'm going to let that just heat up for another couple of minutes and we're going to start dropping our bhajis into the oil. So that's it, you can pretty much hear the oil starting to ping a little bit. I just want to knock that down slightly, but I do want my oil quite hot. So I'm going to take my onion bhaji mix, which I've got there. And I'm just going to wet my hands up. I've just got a bowl of water behind me here. I want my hands quite wet. I'm just going to take a little bit of my mix. Now you do have to kind of squeeze them together a little bit to sort of get them to stick together really, because they are a bit on the sort of edge. I don't want them to have loads of flour in there. I do want them to be mainly sort of vegetables. So that's my first one gone in, that's frying nicely. Second one's going in. Now I don't want to put too many in there because I don't want to really bring the temperature of the oil down. So just the third one, I think we'll just get one more in. And that's it. So I've just got those 3 bhajis in. Give me a few seconds and I'll show you exactly how we're getting on. So the bhajis have had roughly 4 minutes, maybe 5 now. So yeah, they're nearly ready to come out and I'll show you a finished bhaji. So there we have it. I've just done the 6 bhajis at the moment. I think that's more than enough for me. So yeah, I'm just going to add a little bit of my fresh coriander. I've made my coffee, so yeah, we're just going to add a little bit more fresh coriander. And pretty much that is my festive vegetable onion bhaji, made on the boat, kitchen on the cut. Hope you've enjoyed this this part of the episode. Join me later on in this episode where we're going to be taking you to a place in the High Peak. We're not too sure yet. We'll keep that a bit of a surprise. But hopefully, yeah, we're going to be finishing off the episode with a bit of a walk in the High Peak and show you what I sort of get up to in my downtime. All right, for now, guys, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to enjoy these. Let's try one of these bhajis. Wow, that is absolutely fantastic. The flavours, so seasonal, so festive, so fresh, and so good for you. And that foraged sea spinach has just been perfect. So I'm going to enjoy these anyway. I'm going to sit down, have my coffee, and enjoy the rest of them. Oh, this is what it's all about. Oh, I'm going to enjoy these. Wow. Absolutely fantastic. That just works perfectly with an afternoon sort of snack in mind. Really good. So thank you guys anyway for joining me on this episode of Kitchen on the Cut. Later on in the episode we're going to be exploring some new places in the High Peak. We're not sure yet where, but yeah, we're going to be taking you into the High Peak and finishing off the last part of the episode exploring new regions. Hello and welcome back to the final part of the episode. Today guys, we brought you to the village of Coombs. It's a really nice place to come and visit. There's a nice little sort of pub called the Beehive, which does a really nice sort of ploughman's lunch and sort of locally cooked food. So yeah, when that's open, obviously, because I think it's currently in tier 3, this area, I'm led to believe, so the pub was actually closed. But yeah, so yeah, I wanted to bring you somewhere a little bit different. We're going to carry on walking for a bit, try and get up a little bit higher so we can show you some views, and we'll talk a little bit more about Coombs village. It's quite a special sort of little area. Up in the hills there is 2 varieties of moss that grow, and they are quite rare, so they're quite protected actually. So that's one great fact about this little area. We're just going to go for a bit of a walk so we can show you some views, and yeah, we're going to enjoy a little bit of exercise on Christmas Eve, guys. It's Christmas Eve, it's the 24th. So anyway, I'll catch up with you in a bit once we get up a little bit higher so I can show you some views. So we're just at the top of Coombs Reservoir Ridge now, on our way to Chapel in the Firth actually. As you can see, it's quite a steep climb, literally. I'm kind of a little bit out of breath, to be fair, but anyway, I just thought I'd bring you up here today, with it being Christmas Eve, and everybody loves a walk on Christmas Eve. So yeah, we thought we'd bring you up here and just show you around a little bit the village of Coombs. So if you can see down there, we have the reservoir, which was built in 1800s actually. So, just making our descent now. We climbed up to the ridge. We could have gone higher, but this is a public footpath, so obviously we don't like sort of going off the path, straying off the path, as it's not fair on landowners, and there are sort of animals in this field. I believe there's a bull in this field, as I did see a sign on my way up saying beware of the bull. So yeah, just keep your eyes out for things like that, because obviously, as we know, they can be quite dangerous animals, a bit unpredictable. But yeah, we're just making our way back down now. We're just going back down to Coombs village. It's a beautiful area around here. Like I was just saying before, there are some quite rare birds. We've got lapwings, we've got grebes up here. And we've also got peewits as well, and there's also some curlew as well, I've heard, in the area. So a great little place for any bird watchers to come and see some birds that you wouldn't get to see normally. So yeah, I really enjoyed coming up here. As you can see, it's quite steep going down, but we're just taking it easy now. Like I say, it's Christmas Eve, and we're really looking forward to getting this episode finished, getting it out to you so you can see hopefully a little bit of an improvement from episode 1 to sort of episode 6. But yeah, we're just going to make our way down, and further on down I'll show you a little bit of the village, and I'll sign off. Well, I don't know if you can see, but it's started to snow. Yeah, it's the 24th of December, Christmas Eve, and we're out just filming the final part of the episode, Bhajis on the boat. And would you believe it, it's snowing. Honestly, it makes me so happy to see the snow. Obviously we're going to have a white Christmas, I do believe, or we might have a little bit of snow, which is going to be lovely to see. But again, thank you for joining me on this final part of the episode, Bhajis on the boat. Well, isn't this special? The final part of the episode, the last little bit of filming that I wanted to do, and it's snowing, guys. We might have a white Christmas yet. I can't believe it. I really can't believe it. So yeah, there's the beehive. It's a great little pub, that. Normally it's packed at this time of year. Everybody enjoying themselves, having a few drinks, a bit of mulled wine, mince pies, but unfortunately this year it's not been able to happen. Thanks for joining us on this last episode of 2020, Bhajis on the boat. We've really enjoyed making these seasonal Bhajis today. It's been really great sort of being back on the boat after lockdown and everything else. As I say, we still are in tier 3, so you know we can't really do that much. We can't stay overnight or anything like that, but it still enables me to get on the boat and cook you some nice recipes up. So yeah, 2021, we're really looking forward to it. We're looking forward to sort of showing you some suppliers, you know, meeting people again. It's not nice meeting people with a mask on, but if we have to, we have to. But we were hoping for a big improvement so that we could get out there and meet people properly. But yeah, if we've got to do that, we've got to do that. Thanks for watching this episode of Bhajis on the Boat. And hopefully we'll see you in 2021, guys. Alright, bye for now. And that's it.